Hello everyone, this is Hitesh Mhatre, HOD, Computer Engineering Department of Praveen Patil College of Diploma Engineering and Technology. Today we are going to learn about the SQL. So what we are going to learn? Introduction of SQL, data types in SQL and components of SQL. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. It lets you to access and manipulate the databases. SQL became a standard of the American National Standards Institute, that is ANSI, in 1986 and of the International Organization of Standardization ISO in 1987. SQL can execute queries against a database. SQL can retrieve the data from the database. SQL can insert records in a database. SQL can update records in a database. SQL can delete records from a database. SQL can create new databases. SQL can create new tables in a database. SQL can create stored procedures in a database. SQL can create views in a database. And SQL can set permissions on tables, procedures, and views. Then the data types in SQL. The SQL data types defines the type of values that can be stored in a table column. So when you are entering a data into a database, so while creating your table, you need to specify what kind of data or what type of data that particular column will hold. So data type is defined like numeric data type. Then we have date and time data type, character data type or string data type, Unicode character data type, binary, and miscellaneous. Now we will see one by one all the data types. Numeric data types. Now these are the data types that are considered in the numeric data types. Here we have a bit, so the range of this bit is either 0 or 1. Then we have tiny int, range is 0 to 255. Similarly, we have small int, its range is minus 32,768 to 32,767. Similarly, we have int, its range is minus 2147 483 648 to positive 2147 483 647. Then we have big int, so this number is very large, that is minus 223372036854775808 to the positive side of 9223372036854775807. Then we have decimal, minus 10 raised to 38 plus 1 to 10 raised to 38 minus 1. And for the numeric also we have the same value. Similarly, for the float we have minus 1.79 exponential 308 to 1.79 exponential 308. And for the real we have minus 3.40 exponential plus 38 to 3.40 exponential plus 38. Now these are the numeric data types. Then we have date and time data types, of which first is a date, which stores the data date format in YYYY MMDD. That is first 4 characters for years, next 2 characters for month, and next 2 characters for your day. Then we have time. So stores the time in the format of hours, minutes, and seconds. Then we have a date time, which stores date and information. So it is a combination of the above two, where first we will have a date, then we will have a time. Then we have a timestamp, stores the number of seconds passed since the Unix epoch. So this is the starting time. So starting with the Unix epoch. Then we have a year. It stores the year in 2-digit or 4-digit format. Now when you're using 4-digit format, the range starts from 1901 to 2155. But when it's using a 2-digit format, it is 70 to 69. That is representing 1970 to 2069. So these are the data types that are used in date and time. Then we have character and string data type, in which we have first is a char. Now this is a fixed length with a maximum of 8000 characters. Then we have varchar. Again, this also allows the maximum of 8000 characters, but it is variable length. Then we have varchar max. Then we have varchar max. This is variable length, but providing the maximum character through this max. This max. So whatever the value that you assign here, that will be the maximum values allowed. This data type is not supported in MySQL. Then we have text. Now this is a variable length, and the maximum size of the data it can hold is up to 2 GB data. So this is character and string data type. Then we have Unicode, character and string data type. So we have just a character here n that differentiate between the normal character and the Unicode character. So n char, fixed length, but here the maximum length is 4000 characters. Here n varchar, again the variable length with a maximum of 4000 characters. Then we have n varchar max, here variable length, but the maximum size or the maximum length is provided by this max. So the value assigned in this max will assign the maximum characters. Then we have the n text, the variable length with the maximum size of 1 GB data. Now if you compare the normal character and string data types with the Unicode characters and string data types, you can see the allowed maximum characters allowed here is half of that of the normal characters in the string data type. Then we have a binary data type. First we have binary, fixed length with a maximum of 8000 bytes. Then we have var binary, variable length storage with a maximum length of 8000 bytes. Then we have var binary max, again variable length provided by the maximum bytes. Then we have an image, again variable length but with the maximum size of 2 GB binary data. Then the miscellaneous data types, CLOB, that is character large object that can hold up to 2 GB. Then we have BLOB, that is for binary large object. Then we have XML for storing XML data, and JSON for storing a JSON data. So this is what are the different data types that we can use in a SQL. Coming to the components of the SQL. So these are the components. So these are the mostly the commands or the queries that you can use in your SQL. So the main SQL is divided into 4 main languages, that is data definition language, data manipulation language, data control language and data query language. As the name suggests, the data definition language, it is used for defining your database or defining your table. defining your structure, defining your schema. So definition. So in this you can see we have six commands. First is to create, that is it will help in creating a database. Second is alter. Now if you have already created but you need to make some changes in the structure of the database, then you have alter. Next you have drop. Now if you want to delete your table, then you have a drop. Truncate, the table remains but the data inside the table you want to remove, then you will be using a truncate. Then rename, if you want to rename your table, then is a rename. And then is a DESC, or you can say a describe. So this gives me the schema of my table, like what is the attribute name, what is its data type, what is its size. So this description will be given by the describe. Next you have data manipulation language. Again, as the name indicates, it's used to manipulate. So whatever the contents that you have stored in a database, it can be manipulated using these three commands. First is your insert. So it allows you to insert the data into your database. Second is to update. So you have already inserted and you have to make some necessary changes. So you will use an update. Then you have delete. If you want to delete a particular record, then you can use delete. Then you have data control language. So as again its name indicates control. So how you can control here. So first command that we'll be using here is commit. Commit means to save the changes that you have made to the database. Now this is required because it may happen that you are working on a database for a long time. So when you close your database, the last commit occurs. But if you need to save in between, you can have a commit. Again, save point is again similar to your commit, but you can have again between two commits, you can have more than one save point. Rollback. Now, if you had made some changes and you feel that these changes should not take place, so there is a chance that you can go back to the initial position of the database. Now to go back, it can either go back to the last save point or it can go back to the last commit, depending upon which is the last action you have performed. Then you have grant. This helps in authorizing the users of the database to select what are the different operations they can perform. So they will be getting some privileges. So with which commands they can execute. And revoke is used to remove those privileges. Remove is used to remove those privileges. So this way they can control your database using this 5 commands. And the last one is the data query language. Now to generate different reports based on different criteria, now you cannot list a certain criteria. There are n number of criteria that can be formed depending upon the situation, depending upon the requirements. So these criteria are generally using the select. So select helps in selecting a set of columns based on certain conditions, or sometimes there may not be some condition. So it helps in giving the required output to the user who can use the different commands to get the data, that is for retrieving the data. I hope all the concept of this video have been clear. For more doubts, you can contact me. My details are here. Thank you.